Hey folks, welcome to VerifiedInvesting.com. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. In today's video, I want to dissect the chart of Polkadot, the cryptocurrency. The key here is it's borderline getting ready to break out. It hasn't broken out yet, but it is on my radar. And remember, what it comes down to here at Verified Investing, no BS, just charts. All right, let's dive right into the charts. This is your Polkadot daily chart. And again, if we zoom out on this, you can see it is basically closer to 52-week lows than 52-week highs. Again, going back to December of 2024, this peaked at over $11.50. It is now currently trading just above $4 right here. Now, there are signals here that have me on alert. Now, again, this isn't something I'm in yet, but I'm keeping a close eye on it. The reason I am is because there's this very obvious trend line that basically connects the most recent highs. In fact, just a couple days ago, you can see we tagged it again, and this is number 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 again, there's a 50-50 chance of a breakout. It obviously did not break out. If it comes back up and tests it again, the odds now start to favor a breakout by 60%. All right, now by no means is that a slam dunk, but the point being is that this now goes on my alert for a potential breakout, especially because it is still towards the lows while other cryptos have made substantial moves to the upside. All right. So again, keeping an eye on this very, very closely. Essentially, what we're watching for is a break with confirmation above around right now, 420 to 422. All right, $4.20, $4.22, right in there. Again, watching very closely as this, again, if we zoom out on this chart, I mean, look at this. Here you had this, by the way, this was basically a great double top right up here going back to March 2024 to this year, to December 2024. And then since then, it's had this massive collapse to the downside. On the other side of the coin, if it does not break out, there is something to keep an eye on here as well. Where would I be a buyer? And again, listen, remember, I always focus in on both the bull and the bear case. It's important to do so. And what we can see here is that you have a major low going back to August 2024. It hits again in September. It hits again in November. Then it hits again in April. And that's April 2025. And then June 2025. So the key here is this. If it breaks out and confirms, boom, this should blast up. Minimum would be your $5.40 level. That would be your first key resistance. That's also a key level over here. If it continues up, then your next level would be around $6.50 right through this area right here, and then this high. Okay, so those are your two upside targets should the breakout occur. Now, it's always, like I say, guys, it's important to not always just look at the bull case, right? You have to say, okay, well, what if it doesn't break out? What if it starts to go lower? Where do I buy? Because there will be a buying opportunity. Remember, every big pop has a pullback, and every big drop has a buy and bounce level or move up level, essentially. So the kicker is this. We flip back to the chart. We have a very defined downsloping trend line where every time it gets down here, it gets a bounce, bounce, right? Massive bounce, actually. And then another big bounce, and then another big bounce. And so the idea is if it were to really come down, and I'm not saying it's coming here, but if it did, you always want to be ready for the trade. And right here at currently, this is around 283. It is a downsloping trend line. So let's just say it takes, multiple months to get down there. Then obviously we would kind of say, okay, well, let's say it doesn't come down until September or even later on, this would be down at like 275. So you just want to track that price. But obviously history has shown us that it has these huge bounces off this trend line. All right. And that's really what the key is understanding support and resistance, right? Technical analysis is probability-based trading, where the idea is you want to be the casino. Essentially, you want to win way more than you lose. And casinos, if they're run properly, are a great business, as we know. I mean, if you're like me, yes, occasionally I'll win in a casino, but most of the time I lose money. And so you really want to be the casino. You want to be a player that understands that occasionally a gambler will take you for some money. That's the trade. Occasionally a trade goes against you, but ultimately you want to obviously make money and win far more than you lose. And that's what technical analysis does for you guys. That's why I'm so keen on it. That's why I love trading based off charts, support and resistance. I mean, literally history does dictate the future. While it may not, be perfect, it does rhyme, as they say. All right. So again, Polkadot here. on watch for a potential breakout. If it breaks out, I think there's significant upside here. Keep in mind also, folks, is that the Russell 2000, which is the small cap index, is now beginning to play catch up to the rest of the market, the S&P and the NASDAQ. You might say, well, what does that have to do with crypto? Well, the idea is that altcoins generally trade with small caps. Small caps have lagged. The Russell has lagged. Now it's starting to play catch up. That might mean altcoins, which have lagged substantially, are now playing catch up. And we have seen Bitcoin dominance break key supports. And it does imply that Bitcoin dominance in the near term is coming down a little bit more. All right, guys, hope you found this insightful and educational. I always want to bring my A game, my alpha to you guys. Come visit us at Verified Investing. Don't forget, folks, at verifiedinvesting.com, I have Smart Money Crypto, where I give swing trades out on crypto trades, both long and short. Come and check it out. I do 2 videos a week. There's other services in that called the hodler, where it's just about hodling good coins, making a return off of those coins. And then also the altcoin top 50, altcoin edge. I only trade the top 50. Then my buddy, my head trader, Ben Poole, he trades the bottom 50. So again, there's lots of stuff there. It's all swing trading though, again, for those of you out there, and lots of videos every single week with technical analysis and insights. Have a great one, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care.